We have to start supporting ourselves. We have to add value to our content and our voices.
Hey, hey, haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support me your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really in my they done. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Hey, 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 hey. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Hey, 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 hey. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support me your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really in my they done. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. I'm really real one of them. I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. I'm really real one of them. I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support me your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him, how they done. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support me your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him, how they done. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. I'm really real one of them. I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. I'm really real one of them. I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. Haters gone, haters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support me your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him, how they done. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support me your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him, how they done. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Please don't hate on it. Please support on it, on it. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him, how they dumb. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. I'm really real one of them ones that they dumb. Thumbs up, subscribe, cash app, $sign on box rhyme.
Hey, yo, peace to the family, peace to the lineage. Y'all know I love my lineage, man. That's why I talk to you guys as much as I can with nothing but the utmost respect. You feel me? I don't talk down to nobody from the lineage. I talk eye to eye with you, and sometimes I exalt you. You feel me? For me, it's easy for me to get along with anybody from the lineage. Like, you know what I mean? In real life, too. You know what I mean? Trust me. Like, I'm that type of person. If I was in your neighborhood, cities, next door neighbor, y'all will enjoy being neighbors with Unbiased Ryan. Like I am 10 toes on code. I don't waver. I stand tall, I stand strong. Like this is who I ever been. There's real people that's in the chat who knows me personally. You dig? There's people who've been on the panel who knows me personally. Like one time I had my boy Kurt call in. I had Khaled call in. I debated DJ Focus all the time. I've been in his barbershop, know that guy for decades. You feel me? So like people can vouch. Like, yo, I am who you think I am. You dig? I am who you think I am. Nothing about me wavers or disappears when you guys ever see me in person. This is who I am. The character that's displayed before your computer screen, phone screen, tablet screen. This is the real guy. That's why it feels so genuine to listen to me and hear from me. All right. So anyway, before we go further, let me say Grand Rising. It's late. I know I wasn't gonna go live at all. Matter of fact, I'm only here for an hour. I got less than an hour actually. I gotta leave here like at least it's 2:21. I gotta leave here less than an hour, about 50 minutes. Pick my son up from school. Jaquan 007 Puddin, Black Feather Archery. We got Cynthia Clark 6059 in the building. So, in case you don't know, it's been a fight. It's been a fight. People want to take. At first, it was foundational. They wanted to take foundational from us, but they stopped doing that. Even when Ann Coulter, a so-called supposedly white supremacists acknowledge us as foundational Black Americans. So the tethers, a lot of them worship white people and definitely white conservatives. So once Ann Coulter recognized us as foundational, they kind of ran. And then she even knew that Kamala Harris isn't foundational. She said Kamala Harris, so she listens to us, Ann Coulter. So the tethers backed off. Once they seen one of their goddess was rocking with us, they backed off. And now they're trying to pull the rug under the feet when it comes to Black. Okay, so my last several lives been about Black. I've been, matter of fact, in a row, but I've been debating Blackness for the longest. I've been saying that foundational Black Americans, ADOS, descendants of freedmen descendants, we are the only, Solon, whatever you want to call yourself, indigenous, we are the only Black people in the world. Okay, the only Black people in the world. Everybody else is just who they are. You can argue the Haitians, Les Noir, and their constitution. That was a political movement. It was genius. It was brilliant. They galvanized their people the way they had to, and they made it work. Okay, but guess what? That was for like how many years? 10 years. Dessalines came on the scene and said, and day to day, they were not calling themselves the term Black in French or Creole. They used that term definitely to galvanize themselves, but it wasn't like their ethnonym. It wasn't like, hey, Black man, how we do today. They used that for like some type of galvanizing thing, and it worked. It worked for them. You feel me? So shout out to the Haitians, worked for them. But make no mistake, Dessalines came on the scene and said, we are Haitian. Okay, he didn't say we are. That was not the declaration. We are Black. Okay, when Kwame Ture, Stokely Carmichael was in the United States propagating Black power. Thank you very much, for being a writer. Lead by example, tethers. You might want to lead by example, or learn from the example, I should say. These guys are teaching you how to be a writer to us. So, but he was Black power in the United States amongst us, chanting our word. But once he went to Ghana, he was up under Nkrumah. Okay, what happened to all that black talk? They was talking about Ghanaian or Ghanaian power over there. Ain't no black flag in Ghana. Okay, all that Black power talk stayed right in America. And when he left the country, he was talking Ghanaian power over there, right? So that just confirms we are the only Black people. That doesn't go against it. It is. Oh, he made it popular. No, but he did make it popular during the Black Power movement. But James Brown made that a national word in everybody's home, not Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture. The average Black American still now have no idea who he is. Okay. So with all that being said, it's a fight. It's a fight. It's a low key. It's a lightweight fight, but I'd rather stomp it out now before it grow legs. You feel me? That's what I've been doing. So you've been hearing me debate Black two different ways. I've been gatekeeping Black, so I've been fending off tethers, and now you got people trying to take it from us. Okay, well, damn, since we all can't be Black, let's just take it from FBAs where nobody's Black, because they understand Black is where the glow is. Okay, it's the Black glow. It's the Black glow. So let's take the Black, and therefore nobody's glowing and everybody's influence the same. There's no, you dig, leaders in that sense. And the code is a leader, and collectively we are the leader. So if they want to know who is the FBA leader, just say, look at every FBA person you look at is your leader. You dig? Oh, the leader, the leader. Nah, ain't no leaders, leaders. Every last one of them, and every last one of us are the leaders. You did, because the leaders, can gatekeep the word and protect it and propagate it, signal boost it. We do all that. Represent it, keep it, black excellence. We do all that. We are all the leaders. The leaders is the code, and we are the leaders. You did. We lead the code. All right. So, with that being said, yeah, something going on with YouTube where it's using everybody tag handle, I guess. But yeah. So I'm up for the fight all day long. So let's get to it. So let's get to the dude that's like been trying to challenge me. He really is not a threat at all, at all. Like revenue is better than him. He just is. Like this guy, and I gotta say, even Tether Dream is better than him. Like he's really on the bottom. He's because I watched him debate those two, and he got cooked. It was like, yo, they like, damn, bro, they did you dirty. And then you came for me, like the guy who cooks them. Like, all right, whatever floats your boat. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with his BS. So I got all his BS in one area. All right. So before I deal with his BS, let me deal with some things first. Okay, this is important to go over this so you don't be misled by his BS. All right. So let me extend this window like that. Let me extend a little more. About right there. About right there. Okay. It's important that we know this. A nationality is the status of belonging to a particular nation. A demonym, these are words, we are not familiar with. And a lot of these words I wasn't familiar with until this year. So don't feel a certain way. And if you knew what all these words were in advance, then shout out to you. Dig. That means your educational system served you right. Can't say the same for mine. All right, so demonym is a noun used to denote the natives or inhabitants of a particular country, state, city, etc. Ethnonym, the name by which a people or ethnic group is known. A name by a people or ethnic group is known. FBA, that's an ethnonym. Ethno-linguistic group, a noun used to denote the natives or inhabitants of a particular country, state, city, etc. So I'm gonna give you examples of everything. United States of America is a nationality, okay? And when you have American, the CAN, right? That or the AN, they call it the AN, or sometimes IAN. That denotes a people, and it's like the same as your nationality. So the United States of America is not a person. It's just the nationality of the country, the legal formal name. But when a person takes on that nationality, they are is worded certain ways. So when we take on the nationality of American, when we become a citizen, we are Americans. Okay. Then you got Nigerians, right? Their nationality is Federal Republic of Nigeria. But do they go around calling themselves, "Hey, I'm a Federal Republic of Nigeria"? They're gonna say I'm Nigerian. Okay. And their legal formal nationality is not Nigerian. It's Federal Republic of Nigeria. There's no N there. The same thing with us. United States of America is our legal formal nationality. There's no N there where it says America. It's no N. When you tag on an N, in their case, IANS, that becomes a demonym. So when we say we're Americans, that's our demonym. That's the name. That's the name, the noun name of our nationality. And then you got Nigerians. Poof, there's a such thing as a Nigerian. So American is Nigerian. American is your demonym. Nigerian is your demonym. FBA is your ethnonym, and Yoruba is your ethno-linguistic group or name. Okay. So then you got foundational Black Americans, right? So that's ethnonym plus demonym. Again, remember, Black is our ethnonym and American is our demonym. Okay. So a foundational Black American FBA is a black person who can trace their lineage directly to those enslaved in the United States. Yoruba, Nigerian. You see, they go to prefix. That means there's no, and look, there's no country called Yoruba. So listen, we're going to get to that. So Yoruba, Nigerian, right? The so-called prefix is Yoruba, but there's no nation called Yoruba. So I guess these people are nationless. I guess they're no longer Nigerian, right? They're homeless. That's what you're going to hear later. But Yoruba, Nigerian, just an ethno-linguistic group plus their demonym Nigerian, same like ours. Then you got so these people, the Yoruba Nigerians, are the Yoruba people, are a West African ethnic group who inhabit parts of Nigeria. You see, but there's no, you see, so they live here. They live here, but they're not named after that. They're Yoruba. So anyway, we'll get to that. Group who inhabits parts of Nigeria, Benin, and Togo, which are collectively referred to as Yoruba land. All right. All three of those. American, right? What is an American? It's a native or a citizen of the United States. So now, people can't come behind and make up rules, change grammatical rules and linguistic rules, linguistic syntaxes. So no, American is primarily an ethnonym for a nationality. So no, America is primarily an ethnonym for a nationality. Nope. It's a nationality, is not an ethnicity. American is not an ethnicity, it's not an ethnonym. It's a nationality. It's a demonym. Okay. Because of ethnicity refers, and that's going to explain why. Ethnicity refers to shared cultural heritage, FBAs, which is diverse in the U.S. While some people may identify with a shared American culture or history, the term is officially defined by U.S. citizenship. That's how American is defined, not a specific ethnic group. So you cannot ever call American an ethnicity or ethnic group or ethno. If you do that, you're just not smart. Okay. So the term, I read that. So Native Americans who have a unique ethnicity and ancestry in the U.S. are a separate group, though some may also hold some of them might hold American citizenship. So then you got POD, people of African descent or persons, right? So we don't, FBAs, ADOS, descendants of freedmen, we don't call non-FBAs, non-blacks, blacks. So even though they come from Africa, they come from Caribbean, they got African descent, then we call them just that. We call them no different than what the AU call them, the African Union call them. They call all of us. They call all of us persons or people of African descent, POD. So when we speak to people with melanin, that's not FBA, not a freedmen, descendant of freedmen, or an ADOS, right? We're going to call them POD from now on. People of African descent, or you say the whole thing. There should be no offense there. Okay, now, and that's a good thing. So those that believe you have African descent, African ancestry, then you're part of the POD. I'm part of the POD, but I'm different from a person from Yoruba, Grenada, Egypt, or Ethiopia, right? I'm POD, they're POD, but I'm foundational Black American and they're Eritrean. We're different. Now, people that live in the United States that are POD, but they come from, but they're FBA. Their ethnogenesis, it was in America, and they are off code. They're trying to sabotage the race, undermine, the domestic version of a tether. We call them DOC, DOCC. Like, hey, what's up, DOC? Domestic off code coon. Tethers are foreigner haters of FBA, and gotchas. Gotchas are tethers, DOCC, docs, and white supremacists. So gotchas are all of them, any one of them, right? Gotchas are the people who just call in your show to do a gotcha. Like, they don't care to like edify. They don't care to be right. They just want to catch you off guard with a gotcha and hang up. Gotcha. Have you heard of this? Nah, what's that? Oh, that's this is so-and-so, so-and-so. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, well, I got you. Okay, you got me. Now what? I'm no longer FBA. Like what's going on? Okay, you got me. You caught me off guard. I don't know that. You mixed it up. You twisted. You dig. Now what? I'm no longer do reparations. Like, what changes? All right. So that is the gotcha. That's the gotcha. I call them the gotchas. So, family, don't be upset if you speak to a gotcha and then you stand on business, 10 toes, FBA, ADOS, Freedmen descendants, and somebody hits you with a gotcha question where you really don't understand it or it's over your head and or maybe they contradict your logic, whatever. Don't get offended because none of that gotcha stuff is going to undermine reparations. None of it is going to prove you're not FBA ADOS, descendants of freedmen. So it's like, okay, you got me. Now what? I'm still who I am. You're still a tether or doc or white supremacist. Now what? So we're not going to trip too much on gotcha things. You dig? Because that ain't stopping a damn thing. All right. So now let's get into it. First, demonyms, the names of nationalities. How to refer to a native of any country. How? So when you go to somebody's country and you call them, hey, your nationality is United States of America, so you must be United States of America. No, that's USA. So demonyms, the names of nationalities. All right, these are so nationalities got names. The United States of America is a nationality. It has a name, and that name is called demonym. The Federal Republic of Nigeria, that's the nationality. It has a name. The name is Nigerian. Okay. So now how to refer to a native of any country? You got to know their demonyms. So a demonym is a name used for people from a certain country or place. Demonyms usually end with an, EAN, I like Nigerian, IAN, and American, or ESE to show where people come from. You see, it's not that difficult. You made that up. So demonyms are different from ethnonyms, which describe people of an ethnic group, not by where they live, not by. So we could be in China, family, we're still FBAs in China. So demonyms are different from ethnonyms. So you can't say American is now, which is a demonym, and make it an ethnonym. Oh, that's my ethnonym. That's grammatically stupid. If you call yourself American, okay, you're just using the country's demonym. That's all. You're just using the country's demonym, the name of your nationality. That's all. But it's not a ethnonym. Okay. So one more time. Have you ever wondered what to call someone from a different country? Most people have at one point or another. The truth is many nationality labels are formed by simply combining the full or partial name of a country. You hear that? The truth is, many nationality labels are formed by simply combining the full or partial name of a country with the suffix an, en, in, or ese. These labels are called demonyms. Okay, so United States of America, you take America, add the n, that's the an, and that's your demonym, and that's what you're called. It represents the nationality of the country. Still, nothing changes. So, family, this is how you properly share information without confusing people more and more and more. All right, so now let's get into some of the stupidity that was said.
Descendants of Africans, that's some bullshit. But nonetheless, the point stands. On the 2020 census, we all black. Whether you're African, Caribbean, an American, Afro-Latino, Afro-Asian, Afro-Arab, Afro-Indian, it doesn't matter. According to our government, we're all in the same pot, black. Again, Ron reads it. So he has to admit defeat, but he doesn't.
So what he's doing is mixing a race category with an ethnicity category. So black is not an ethnicity because of what he just said. How can black be an ethnicity and it combines people from 54 countries of Africa and all of the islands and then people of that live in America, foundational black folks. So you know that's not how it works. Ethnicities, ethnonyms are unique to a particular people. So you even got different ones in Africa. You got different ones amongst the people on the island. So when black is used generally or to group everybody up, it's based on race. And that race is POD. It's your African ancestry. That's how the United States want to use black. So when they use black, it use it in that sense. You are a person of African descent. That's why they group up the Afro-Latinos, the Caribbean, the Africans, and foundation Black Americans. It's just saying y'all all people of African descent. That's all. So what he does is he mixes pseudo-linguistics, misused anthropology, and nationalist rhetoric to make his point. So he tries to argue that you can't be ethnically black because there's no country called black. Well, there's no country. Okay, whatever. Let's go with that. So then he says, so basically, the country you live in, you have to be named after the country you lived in. Boy, that's a big flaw, family. That's going to come back to bite him. Then he says Black American is invalid because the prefix black makes you nationless or immigrant. So he just made it up. So Black American, Italian American, okay, Native American, we're all immigrants because we have the so-called prefix, the prefix trick. So then he says the only true identity for descendants of American slavery is ethnically American. So follow the logic, family. We're not Black American because the prefix black, there's no country named that. So you're homeless, you're nationless. But he says we're truthfully ethnically American. So we're not Black American, we're ethnically American. So ethnically, there's a land called ethnically somewhere, right? Family, is there a land called ethnically somewhere that I'm not aware of? Because he said whatever you call yourself, there should be a country named that. He said we're ethnically Americans, and you got to throw away the American because you go back to the prefix. And the prefix, there better be a land called the prefix. So let's ask the weirdo, what land, what nation, what country is called ethnically? All right. So therefore, he's saying black disconnects us from America and from political power. This is some of his weird arguments I'm going to crush today. He confuses ethnicity with nationhood and assumes ethnicity must always match a country name. But that fell with ethnically Americans. He says most ethnic groups, no. I'm saying most ethnic groups on earth are not named after modern countries. America's a modern country. You heard me right. I said most ethnic groups are on earth are not named after a modern country that they reside in. A lot of these countries got their name recently. Haiti, 1804, Jamaica, what? 1960, so Trinidad, you know what I mean? That's when they got the independence. Or whenever they were called Jamaica, it could be when they were free, 1830. 1837, whatever. That's still fairly new. Okay, so you got the Kurds. Their country's not called the Kurds, Kurdia. You got Vasquez, you got Zulus, you got Yoruba, you got Cherokee, or the Pashtuns. They all lack their own sovereign nation state, but they are all real ethnic groups. So by his logic, the Kurds or the Cherokee aren't real peoples, because no country's named after the Kurds or Cherokee. But we know they are. So ethnicity is based on shared ancestry, culture, and history, not political borders. This is the problem with the guy. My fault. Let's go back.
Stop using this argument. The claim, the census defines black
She's trying
as
to quote
anyone
me.
with ancestry, so it's not exclude Black Americans.
Right there. Ran up and gave him the game I gave him, and he defeated Ron very easily.
Yes, technically true, but misleading. All tethers do.
How can it be misleading if it's technically true? See, that's the trick bag Ron is selling over there. And I'm here to teach Ron.
So he said, how can something be misleading if it's technically true? All right, one more time. You hear this?
I want Ron to admit defeat, but he doesn't.
Stop using this argument. The claim, the census defines black as anyone with ancestry, so it's not exclude Black Americans.
Right there. Ran up and gave him the game I gave him, and he defeated Ron very easily.
Yes, technically true, but misleading. All tethers do.
How can it be misleading if it's technically true? See, that's the trick bag Ron is selling over there. And I'm here to teach Ron. I want Ron to do well, make big money, big numbers, big lie. I want him to do well. But in order to do well, you have to be teaching the truth.
So he doesn't understand something can be technically true but misleading. He doesn't understand it. He thinks the word true in it has to be absolutely true. All right. Don't worry. I'm going to play a little more. We'll come back to that.
You understand? When you say you are just American, that is your ethnicity. Jamaican, that is their ethnicity. Haitian, that's their ethnicity. Japanese, that's their ethnicity. Chinese, that is their ethnicity. American, that is our ethnicity. But when you put a prefix before any ethnicity, then if you put that's what happens when you put a prefix before American. Again, Jamaican American, Japanese American, Haitian American, equally so Black American. So when you put a prefix, you are that prefix. If you don't put a prefix, you are that thing ethnically. So you understand?
No, we don't understand. You just made it up, man. I mean, it's sad that we got to address things like this. So, if he said if you put a prefix before a nation, you're an immigrant, right? So that's grammatically nonsense, of course. The prefix describes origin. It doesn't erase belonging. Irish American, Native American, Asian American are all legitimate compound identities. If prefixes make you an immigrant, then indigenous Americans, Native Americans are all immigrants. They're all not Americans. And he told me that actually. He told me that they were indeed immigrants. So, buddy's all over the place. Prefixes, by the way, they indicate heritage, not immigration. If this were true, like I said, Native Americans would be immigrants to their own land by his grammar logic. The Cherokee are immigrant Native Americans, pure nonsense. Family, how can your name be native and you're an immigrant to anywhere? So you're native. You're native to this place. Your shit. I was like saying like you got like mice and rats, right? You got native and you got foreign. You dig? Mice and rats. What the hell's going on here? Bugs, that's native to America, and other that's foreign. So Native Americans are immigrants because there's no country called native. There's no country called indigenous or aboriginal. All right. This is your boy.
Just get your passport. Just get your passport. And it says nationality, the United States of America.
Oh,
just like the Olympics. The Olympics doesn't say American. The Olympics, right? When we go to Olympics, it says USA. It doesn't say American. So
right. American is what? Family, what did we learn? American is the name of the nationality, right? Or yeah, the national name. The country is called the United States of America. And it has a demonym, which is called American. Yeah, see, like we learn things over here. Like we just don't babble, circular babble.
Your nationality is United States of America. Nationality is not American. ChatGPT got that wrong. And I'm using the passport. I'm giving you 3 sources to prove that your nationality is not American. It's the United States of America. Look at your passport right here, United States of America.
Yeah,
look at if you become natural.
Yeah, but you don't know what a demonym is, though. And that's why I had this up for the family. How to refer to a native or any country. Us, you call us American.
United States of America. And when you go to the Olympics, when you watch the Olympics in Tokyo and Paris, it says USA. Nothing says American. See, that's crazy because.
Yeah, family, this is the last time I'm addressing this guy. I got all of his rhetoric, clown babble all together, and I'm just going to drop the FBA, bomb on it and get it out of here. This is the last time.
Nationality simply means the nation you are a citizen of. So our country got it right. Nationality, it simply means the nation you are a citizen of. It says it, United States of America. So ChatGPT is wrong and Ron is wrong. There is no such thing as your nationality being American. And again, Irish American, Jamaican American, Italian American are simply Italians who live in America legally, Germans who are citizens of America, Jamaicans who are citizens of America. There is no American nationality. American is an ethnicity, a lineage, an ancestry, and that's us. That's because we come from America.
He said there's no American nationality. He just made that up.
We're the only Americans. So there you go, bro. There you go. Proved you both wrong now? At one time. Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So again, we're not Black Americans. We are ethnically American, right? And there's somehow a country called ethnically based on his logic. That's the prefix. There's no country towards a prefix that doesn't exist. You're an immigrant. So he's an immigrant, right? And he's trying to make you an immigrant by his own circular babble logic. Yeah. These guys like try to keep trying. I was gonna leave the guy alone, but he keep making videos and mixing my words. I'm like, all right, well, let me just get you out of here once and for all.
Who descend from American shadow slaves. But again, many of us don't want to be American. You want to be Black. Okay, then you're not American. If you say your ethnicity is Black, whether Black American, straight up Black, foundational Black, it doesn't matter. When you say you are Black, you are saying you are not American. You're Black. You become nationless. You're worse than an immigrant because immigrants have a nation. Irish Americans, they have Ireland. Scottish American, they got Scotland. German America, they got Germany. Jamaican American, they got Jamaica. Haitian American, they got Haiti. Black American, you got nothing. There's no nation on earth called Black. You become nationless. You're worse than an immigrant because immigrants have a nation. You don't even have a nation.
Okay, so now let's follow his logic. He said the fact that we're Black, we're nationless, we're homeless because there's no nation called Black. That's his logic. So if there's no nation called after what you call yourself, then you're nationless and you're homeless and you're a nothing burger. That's his logic.
Right? So either way, you're a nobody because there's no nation called Black.
How many more? Nobody, okay, so now is there a nation? Is there a nation called the Aboriginals?
No, there isn't.
So are they nobodies?
No, they belong to whatever tribe they belong to.
All right, see, family, that fast. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much to get these guys. They talk so fast, so much that they don't understand what they're saying. It makes no sense. You see? That fast. Family, that fast. That fast. All right, so let me just say, he ignores our ethnogenesis, the birth of a new ethnic group. It did occur among us, enslaved people of the U.S., right? And our ethnogenesis happened where? It happened here. Okay, so your land, your homeland is where your ethnogenesis takes place. That's just common sense. We developed during the ethnogenesis, we developed a unique language, food, ways, religion, and music that built the foundation of American culture. We're not homeless. Our culture built the home. We built the home. FBA Adolf's ethnogenesis happened right here, just like Haitians in Haiti or Jamaicans in Jamaica. So he wants to redefine American. He wants to redefine it as an ethnicity, break all the grammatical rules, linguistic syntax, and say it's not a nationality, it's rather an ethnicity. He just makes it up because it just makes sense that's the only way it can make sense to debunk us. So that's linguistically and historically false, as you know. American originally meant citizen of the United States. Ethnicity refers to lineage and culture, not citizenship. So being America or being American is civic, not ethnic. There's no generic marker for American. Italians in Italy are ethnic Italians, but Americans include dozens of ethnicities. So you can't compare America to Italy like he be trying to do. It's stupid. Really, really bad. Bad faith arguments.
Yeah, the people. 2020 census offered Black and white Americans.
Oh, not this one.
The opportunity to write in their ethnic origin for the first time. Right there. Right there, right? Let's read it again. The 2020 census offered Black and white Americans the opportunity to write in their ethnic origin, their ethnic name for the first time. And what is our ethnic name? African American. Just like the ethnic name of Somalians and Ethiopians and Nigerians and Haitians and Jamaican, our ethnic name is official ethnic name is African American. It is not Black American. It is not Black American. It is not Black American. It is African American. Kwame defeated Ron last week on this. Ron did not know that our official federal classification, our ethnic name at a federal level is African American.
Okay, he just made. Okay, I don't know that. You just made that up. Federal level, our name is African American. You couldn't prove that. You made it up.
And the crazy thing about it is this. The crazy thing about it is, if I could find it. The crazy thing about it is,
tell us,
is that our federal government said you guys are actually Americans.
They did.
So I could find it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and find that. Go get that.
Our government has stated repeatedly over the last few years, you guys are Americans.
So family, he has a repeated history of saying something and can't find it. Can't show us.
The only Americans. But too many amongst us want to be black so bad that we did not sign on to what the government wanted us to sign. The government wanted us to sign on the dotted line. You guys are Americans. You're the only American.
Family, he can't source up in that. He just makes stuff up and y'all just believe it. Nobody wants to say, hey, can you screenshot that and show me that form, that letter? No, and we want to read it verbatim the way you're saying it, not you plebiscite babble, explaining things. No, man, putting pieces on a puzzle that's not going to fit. No, show us. We can read it. Can't do it.
And some wrong. Because we went up there and said, we told the OMB, we don't want to be Americans. We want to be black or everything else. Let's go here. Leading up to the 2020 census, right? Or the 2020 census, right?
2020 census.
Amongst us, the descendants of chattel slaves. How many of us did the census and said we're African American? Almost 25 million. 17
family, that means we're winning. It's 43 million of us and only 25 million put down African American. Oh, we are. So you see, when the form allows us to write in, well, we are. See, most of the forms just say check the box, black or African American or black / African American. So now, family, the federal government, just for a census, just to collect data, allow everybody in America to describe themselves. They're not going to have it on a form like Jesse Jackson did. Hey, what do you call yourself? And family, 25% of us, 25 million out of 43 million call themselves African American. Now look how many call themselves Black American.
Million said, I ain't no African American. They put in something else. They put almost 25 million. 17 million said, I ain't no African American. They put in something else. They put in black or African American.
17 million, family. 17 million. So, 25 plus 17, ain't that 42 million? So, fam, you see that? So, black, I told you, man. So now we got them. And thank you. The hater actually gave us something that benefits our argument, not his. We kept saying we don't call ourselves African American. Okay. So now that form allowed us to put in, you see, when the form allows us to describe ourselves, we don't say African American like that. Even though it was brainwashed in our head for 30 years, Jesse Jackson, we still hold on. 17 million said, nah, I'm Black American. Other 25 said, I'm African American. And I guarantee the African American people just did it because they used to see it on forms. It wasn't like real thought out. Guarantee you.
Other black or not specified. So
it went out. That's not me. That's his. Okay. So real fast, the census he keep referring to, and he said revenue beat me. It's funny because revenue came back on here and admitted he lost because ChatGPT said I won. Revenue said I don't know about that. Then I gave him the whole dialogue transcript. He came back honestly and said, you got it. You won. So it's interesting. So you hate me that much when the guy who lost said he lost and you're trying to say he won. Now, because revenue also try to use the Census Bureau to show that blacks on there. So we're all black and not just we're all black, also Africans are black, and Caribbean people and Afro-Latinos. But let me clear that up. So when they make that argument, when they see black on a census bureau, they don't understand it's about race. It's a racial category. It's not an ethnonym or ethnonymic category. So the U.S. Census Bureau classifies black or African American as a race category. You see, so black or African American on the form family is not an ethnonym. It's not for that. It's just saying race by. And when you say race family, are we learning today? Race means POD, people of African descent. They just ask you, are you of African descent? That's all. If you check that box, you're saying yes. Okay, so the official 2020 census defines the black or African American category as a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. This includes African Americans, this is their words, Caribbean, blacks, and African immigrants. You feel me? So that means it's a broad racial umbrella, not a shared ethnonym family. He messed that up. It's no different than saying white includes Irish, Polish, Italian, and Russia, all racially white, but not ethnically identical, right? So that's like telling them, hey, you're no different from each other. You're all just white. Russians are white. No. They're like, no. That's the racial category, racial class. I'm Russian. I'm Polish. I'm Irish. I'm Jewish. Okay, so by his logic, Italians, Germans, and Russians are all the same people because the census called them all white. So that's a gotcha. So gotcha, stop. Okay, census equals race category, not ethnonym. The census isn't the arbiter of identity. The census uses racial boxes for statistical collection, not cultural or ethnogenic definition. Fool, it doesn't create ethnonyms. The Census Bureau does not create ethnonyms. It just groups large racial populations for federal data. That's why all those who categorize under white just check white. Russian and Polish and whatever else under there. They just check white because it's not to differentiate and be technical. Okay, example, watch this. Asian in the census includes Japanese, Indian, and Filipino, but that doesn't make them all ethnonym or one ethnonym or culture. Okay, Japanese gonna say, I'm not Chinese. I'm not Filipino. Just like we say we're not Haitian, we're not African. So if the census defines your identity, then I guess Filipinos, Pakistanis, and Chinese are all the same people too, huh? Gotcha, stop it. Stats don't equate to ethnogenesis. Okay, so that's that. He used the census completely wrong. The census has no cultural linguistic authority to define ethnic groups. Anthropologists, historians, and social linguists define ethnonyms. Listen, they're real experts. Anthropologists, historians, and sociolinguists define ethnonyms based on cultural cohesion, shared ancestry, and self-identification. None of which the census tracks. The census don't track that stuff. The census own language in 2020 admits data on race are based on self-identification. The categories represent social political constructs and are not anthropological or pathological or scientific. So family, even the census says their boxes are social political, not scientific. So he's citing paperwork, not people. Census equals social construct tool, not lineage record, guy. Go on. I know you got more, troll.
FBAs and Black Americans, whatever they label themselves, they can't handle the truth. That's the sad thing about us. We can't handle the truth. And the truth is, here's one truth we can't handle. We are the foundation of our country.
And by the way, he accidentally proved my point. So by admitting the census lumps up African immigrants, Caribbeans, and FBA together under black, he unintentionally confirmed that the census erases our unique lineage. The very reason for FBA self-identification. Yeah, the census lumps everybody up collectively. without any regard to our unique lineage. Yes, that's why we're delineating. We don't want that. So his argument proves systemic flattening, not unity of lineage. Okay, he just debunked himself.
Culture is elite European culture.
Now, family, this is the part we're gonna catch. So now we're gonna say, look, we're not black, right? He said we're not black, but watch how he promote European whiteness. This is we're not black, but we're European. Listen to this, family. This is disgusting. You'll never respect this guy ever again. We're not black, but we're rather European. This is the Moorish sovereign citizen package plebiscite babble. They say we're not black, we're free white persons. He's saying we're not black, we're European elites. Listen.
And the truth is, here's one truth we can't handle. We are, the foundation of our culture is elite European culture. Our names are elite European. The language is, we speak Germanic. Most people don't. If you ask the average Negro, what language do you speak? I think they're like, okay, if you ask them, where does your language come from? The foundation of your language. Like, how many of us realize that English is Germanic? We speak a Germanic language. It's just our own version, so that makes it indigenous to us. But how many of us realize that the language we speak, English, is Germanic? We're literally speaking a Germanic language, just our own version of Germanic. That's how foundational elite European culture is to us. That the language we're speaking, the language you're writing in Pinky and Tosh Club, the language you're communicating in is Germanic with Anglo-Saxon roots. You can Google it. That's how foundational elite European culture is to us, that we're literally talking, communicating, writing, texting in Germanic with Anglo-Saxon roots. Germanic. English is a Germanic language. Germanic. It's not a black language. It's
Family, is there any need to go further? But I will.
Germanic. Like, how?
This is the guy that some FBAs that was over here went to go see. He's replacing black with Germanic, Anglo-Saxon, European whitewash babble. This is your guy. This is what he's trading black for.
Germanic. Like, how? Like, that's how. Like, church is so European. Like, church was given to us by the Europeans. The Bible, King James Bible.
Yeah, this is disgusting. Claude, thank you for the linear super chat. He says, why do people work so hard to redefine foundation Black Americans? Answer, to control, exploit them. If we don't know who we are, then we are whomever somebody tells us we are. Dr. Amos Wilson. Dope. That's a dope quote.
It was given to us by the Europeans. So even when you look at church, which is foundational to us. Church is foundational to us as a people, our musical genres.
So he's thanking the European for all this stuff. Family, he's out of here. That's why I said this is done. He wanted this, the Musk bomb. They call it the Musk bomb. Well, this is the tether bomb. I didn't drop it. You wanted this, dude? You're out of here. You replacing black with Germanic, Anglo-Saxon, European elite bull crap.
It helped us, church helped us get us through slavery and Jim Crow. Church is foundational to us. Not anymore, but for 350 years, church was absolutely foundational to our emotional health, getting us once again through slavery and Jim Crow, our musical genres, all that flows from church. Well, we got church from England. I mean, we got church from England, essentially. Yeah. Like we got church from ourselves. Like our ancestors started just doing church. No, elite European culture is so foundational to us that even we got.
You heard it. I'm playing his words flat out. Elite European culture is foundation to us. This dude said elite European foundational culture is that's what we need. Elite European foundational culture, family. So he's trying to take away black to give us elite European foundational culture, whatever that garbage is. I don't want that.
Elite European culture is so foundational to us that even we got church from Europeans. Church. Like, it doesn't get any more blacker than that. You want to say black? Okay. It doesn't get any more blacker than church. If you want to say, what's the blackest thing you black people have culturally? Church. And that came directly from Europe, England. Church. King James Bible, England. So that's how foundational elite European culture is to us. That even the blackest thing you can call, we're not black, but I'm going to use it to make conversation easy to show you how foundational elite European culture is. The blackest thing you can say what black culture, because we have American culture, but I'm going to use your terminology, black culture. The blackest culture is church. No one's going to debate me. And that is founded and given to us by Europeans. Church. That's how foundational elite European culture is. That even our quote, quote, blackest thing, church, is straight from Europe. Somebody asked me that on Twitter. I said, easy. We have to get a handful of powerful white people. That's all we need. We don't need the CBC. We don't need our legacy organizations anymore. We don't need our academics. We don't need our religious leaders. We don't need our even celebrities. What we do need is a handful of powerful white people who see things our way, and let's rock together and we'll get everything we need.
There you go. So that's a lesson for anybody. Don't come for me if I didn't send for you. Y'all tethers and trolls and docs and gotchas, none, white supremacists, suspects, none of y'all on my level when it comes to this. You're done. You're out of here. Now I left you alone, but you wanted to knock out. There you go. Trade black for European elite foundation or whatever garbage, and then go crawl under Zaddy lap. Go sit on Zaddy lap and let him pet your head and let him handle all of the hard work. You out there, dude. Family, I'm out. I'll be live later. Peace. You know,